Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to install the Tusk UTV quick release fender flare kits. So these are great for anyone that wants to keep mud out of the cab. Maybe you have an offset wheel and it's kicking things up, or you're just going out on a muddy day. These are great for that protection. They're going to fit your XP1000s, the XP Turbos, 2 seats, 4 seats, anything like that. So with that being said, they're really simple to install. A couple things you want to know is with the hardware, you have the quick release hardware and regular hardware for permanent installation if you want. So choose between the two. We're showing you the quick release today. All you have to do to remove them is pull these pins. And with that being said, the first time these are going on, they're going to be a little more stiff just because they come straight in the package. But once you have them on once, that's where the quick release and easy installation comes into play. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start out by installing the front fender flare. It's the shorter one, and the notches, all this stuff is going to be facing inside the machine. So these are side specific, and we're going to start with these lower notches. There's integrated tabs in the lower portion of your stock fender. We're just going to line those up. And when you do this for the first time, it might take a second to get everything lined up. So with those tabs holding the flare in place, you want to press up on the flare and hold it against that fender. And I'm going to take a paint pen. You can use a Sharpie as well. You want to mark right in the middle of that lower mounting location, and then you're going to remove this. Then we're going to take a 1/4 inch drill bit and drill through that. Just make sure you don't drill too deep. And once we have each location drilled out, we're going to install a quick release bolt. Then we'll have a washer and a nylock nut on the back side. And to install this, we're going to remove a fender clip and 2 of the screws on the side of this fender so we can gain access to the back side. We're using a T40 Torx bit to do that. And to tighten this bolt down, I'm going to use a pick through the slot, then my 10mm combo wrench on the back. And as you tighten it, you don't have to crank on it. You just want to get it snug so it doesn't go anywhere. Then we can reinstall the 2 bolts. Top bolt is going to have the fine threads, bottom coarse, and then we've got that trim clip in the bottom. Now we can reinstall that fender flare, then push it into position over the post and install the cotter pin. Now we're going to move up to the next mounting location. You can see this line is following the line of the stock fender. Press that all the way in, mark the center mounting location again, and we're going to remove this fender flare every time we drill a new hole. We're just using our 1/4 inch drill bit, and we're going to use the same hardware. Then we're going to set this back into position, install both clips, and then we're going to mark that top mounting location, drill it out, and install the hardware. Now for the rear fender flare, we're going to start on the bottom right-hand side corner. We're going to remove that trim clip. And I've got this U-nut. I'm going to press this onto the body, and the threads are going to line up with this hole in the fender. Then we're going to take a quick release bolt. We'll thread that into there. And you can use your cotter pin or a pick to tighten that down. After that, you're going to remove the lowest screw in that fender, and we just have this 90-degree bracket. We're going to set it in between the fender and the body of the machine, reinstall the screw through it, and you might need to adjust this later on, but we're going to go ahead and tighten it down. I'm going to install one of the quick release bolts. We've got the nylock nut on the inside, and I'll go ahead and tighten it down. Now before we go any further with this, we're going to dry fit this rear fender flare. So with this, we're not going to put it on the front and then line things up in the back. I just want to check one thing. So newer machines, there's a chance you might have to trim a little section off this back corner. We're going to check and see if we actually need to do that. So right here, there's going to be a little gap. I'm going to pull up on this piece of plastic, slide this in between. And the main thing you want to check is if this pre-drilled hole in your fender flare, if it sits right in the middle of this recessed area, you're fine. If you can't get it in there, then that's when you're going to need to trim this out. But our machine, we're looking good. We're still going to show you where to cut over at the bench. Now over at the bench, this is that back upper corner. And if you do need to trim material, you're going to go 5/8 of an inch. So right there. And we're just coming down basically from this corner right here, coming down 5/8 of an inch. And you're going to start at this corner, make a mark all the way across. And then right here, from this widest part, that one you're going 7/8 of an inch. So if you want to mark that up, you can use some blue tape, painter's tape, whatever you have. So I'm just going mark to mark on this side. Then you can take another piece and you'd want to be going from this corner, hit the mark, go straight down from there. And then to actually cut this, you can just use a woodworking blade like a jigsaw and get those pieces off. Next, we're going to set the fender flare in place and start with those two existing mounting locations we had. This upper one, I actually did loosen this back up just a little bit so I can make adjustments. So with those two lower mounts in place, you want to press the fender flare up against the fender, get everything lined up where it should be. And then we're going to go underneath, and you want to make sure that the pre-drilled hole in the fender flare lines up with this recessed area in the fender. Go ahead and mark it and drill it out. Then we've got the quick release bolt going through the bottom, M6 washer on top, followed by the nylock nut. We'll go ahead and tighten that down and install the cotter pin. And quick tip on this one, with that being a tighter fit, I had to loosen up the nut. Then I can go ahead and tighten it down and hold the cotter pin to get that tight. Then we've got that final mounting location in the back, so we'll go ahead and do those same steps. And then we'll do the same steps on the other side. So that's all it takes to install the Tusk quick release fender flare kit on your Polaris RZR XP1000, XP Turbo, any of the XPs. Again, 2 seats, 4 seats. If you have any questions about the installation, leave those down in the comments below. And if you need to pick up a set of these, they're available on our website. Just click the link in the description below. We offer free shipping on orders over $75. So take advantage of that and subscribe to our channel for more helpful content. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Thanks for watching.